Hey, and welcome. So, man, this is kind of weird, right? Because it's me, and I'm me, and I haven't done a show in a very long time. So, appreciate you guys coming on for a few minutes to come and hanging out with me. Thought we would do a couple of things today. I thought I would talk a little bit about me, what I've done, where I'm at, what's going on. Feel free to comment in the comment section about what you want to know. You got any questions? We're not going to talk about podcasts in politics. What we're going to talk about is live life. And here's some interesting little stuff that is kind of interesting, right? It's 2021. Yesterday, I thought it was kind of weird that it was the 21st day of the 21st century, 21st year. So a lot of people started posting that, but I wasn't the originator from that. That was something else that I shared and found from somebody else. And it's just kind of interesting little things. It takes you away from the normal stuff in life, you know? So hey, we got a lot of things we're going to talk about today. Today is going to be a little bit about catching up. We're going to talk about who the show is sponsored by. We're going to talk about my website. We're going to talk about where this podcast is going to go to, and we're going to talk about the guests. And I've got something right here that I can't show you, but I'm going to show you a little something. We're going to, every once in a while, we might do some products. So you know what, without further ado, chatted for a second here and just want to get some people to get on there. I see there's quite a few. I appreciate you guys taking a few moments to follow me. So let's get started with the show. Isn't that cool? That is by far one of the best work I have done in a long, long time. In fact, you know, we may have to watch that again here in just a few minutes when we get everybody else on here. I see a few comments coming in, so let's go look at those real quick. Hey, Keith Warshawski. Hey, man, thanks for coming on and spending a few moments with me. And Stuart Sachs. Hey, let's put these out there on the page. There you go. It's Keith Warshawski and Stuart Sachs. Glad to be hanging with you. Man, it's been a while. So here's something very, very interesting that a lot of you guys don't know. As we go to my website here just a little bit and I show it out, I was looking at a number of how many years I've been in the industry. And I've got 15 plus years on the industry. But the interesting thing is I've been married for 21 years, together for 22. And I've been in radio about that long. So the reality is that I was doing radio a long time. In the late 90s, and I was doing DJ for a radio station up in Canada. Believe it or not, I was born and raised in Irving, Texas, but when I got married, got engaged, and moved to Frisco, Texas, I got hooked with, I don't even remember how I got hooked with these people, but I got hooked with a couple people online. And back in the day when internet was just getting started, and I had somebody reach out to me and said, hey, you know, would you like to do some DJ? Would you like to do some music? And I said, yeah, I would love to. So, you know, for many years, 4, 5, 6, 8 years, something like that, I did radio. Started out doing it at 8 p.m. to like midnight, but then I got my own segment and ended up doing from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. So I pretty much did the graveyard shift. It was a lot of fun because I got introduced to a lot of musicians back in the day. I did really a lot of the interviews that I had to do were a lot of people that I could get out at, 2:00 in the morning and 3:00 in the morning. But I did do a really good job. But the radio station was in Canada, and it was part of a program called Broad and Steel Live. And Jennifer Steele was a good friend of mine at the time and still is. Just haven't seen her in many, many years. And we got connected, and I created a character. That's how it got started. And it was intriguing to people because it was a weird name and it was a weird get together on things. But I had this vision, if you want to call it, and it was called Cozy, Kozy. And I had this little thing called Cozy's Place. And so everybody would just come and hang out with me. And it was before online was online. And if you guys remember the days, for some of you that are older, I bet you didn't know what a SysOp is, or a BBS. So a sysop is system operator, and it was back before the days of internet, and BBS was a bulletin board system, and that was we'll give it to you today for your web page. And I had 16 phone lines come into my house and my apartment back in the day, and I that's how I created it. It was called BBS Blue Mustang, and I did it for a couple years, and got into it, loved it, and then I noticed that FidoNet was our internet provider. Not really internet provider; it was just our connections between modem to modem. And then at some point, the internet came on, and I went with a company called Mustang Software, and I had to have a portal. I had to have a room, a channel. We didn't have web domains yet, so there wasn't a way to go buy a .com. And so we called it Blue Mustang, and my corner was called Cozy's Place. And so that was it. It got me installed and got me involved in radio. And so I did that for many years. So technically, even though I've done shows over the years, I haven't DJ'd since then. I've done a few off and on here and there, but and I've done a few shows, but not really on my show. What Live Life really is, was just an acronym for me at one point. Was I figured there's got to be a better way to live, right? So there's a lot of things that go on in our lives, a lot of channels and a lot of resources, a lot of patterns, and just a lot of friends and connections that come and go. And during those times, it was depressing. I had a lot of hard times and a lot of hardships going up. I didn't get to go into pro track, which is where I really wanted to go, and just didn't. Life just took its way, and I got hurt, and I had to recoup from that, and ended up going into the corporate sector. And then after so many years, I ended up becoming an entrepreneur. And funny thing, I was just talking to my wife last night about entrepreneurship. Right, I can't remember the last time what it was like to work for a corporate company, because of pretty much all of our marriage, I've worked on my own. She barely knew me, maybe just a few months working with another company. And I've worked for, clients off and on here and there, and some of them long-term, but, anyways, wanted to kind of just give you a background. So Live Life, what is it really about? So Live Life, to me, when I say live life, don't let life live you. And that is a mantra that I've tried to live by for a very, very long time. Look, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But I always figured that we get depressed, we get emotional, whether it's happy or sad or whatever is going on in our lives, we get to this emotional status that we worry about the stuff that's in the past, and we worry about what's over the shoulder, right? And when you get to that level, I just think that's don't let that life live you. You have control. You're the one that can make the change. You're the one that can control the direction. And I just figured there's a better way of living life. And for a long time, it's what I always said to people. I went and got the trademark and everything on this, and as it's written on the screen, live life, don't let life live you. And that just means exactly that. Go live the life. Don't let the life live you. And what that means to me, in my opinion, is that don't live in despair. Don't live depressed. Don't live emotionally broken down. You can be happy. You have that control. When you wake up in the morning, you have a choice to be happy or sad. Choose to be happy. Choose to be the change. Choose to be the narrative that you want everybody else to see. That's hard. And it's hard every day, because between marriage and kids and jobs and money and politics and corporate America and changes in finances and economy, I mean, it influences. And then you got media and news, and everybody chooses you a different direction. But you still have the one direction that you can choose. So there you go. That's what it really meant. So moving forward, years and years and years, that's what I thought of. And then this last year and a half, and not necessarily because of COVID, but we're going to say that because of COVID, I was able to focus. And live life were the two words that just kept coming back up. And I thought, you know what? The name Live Life, Don't Let Life Live You.com. It's such a long name. So I'm just going to go with Live Life. And I ended up registering, since that's taken, I registered livelifepodcast.com. So I'm going to actually bring, I see another comment come in. Who do we got here? Toys on the Nightstand. Awesome. Hey, dude, you're awesome. I know who you are, and you rock. I have to up my microphone game. Oh, yeah. So you're trying to tell me I have a kick-ass microphone? Well, I got more than that, by the way. the camera is okay. It's not in the perfect setting. I do have a digital mixer over here, and I actually have another digital mixer on the other side of the room over there. And then this thing can do like, I'm not sure which one that is, but it can do sounds because I don't have my headphones on. But I've got all kinds of little buttons and bells and whistles over here that I can press up. So you've got to up your game, dude. So anyways, I registered this domain, livelifepodcast.com. So I'm going to share the screen real quick, and we're going to go to my website, which I think is really awesome. And let me bring that up. There we go. Let me get rid of the screen on there for you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out for me today. This won't take very long. I just thought I would just kind of introduce myself, and I don't have a guest today. This is really talking about the website. So it's interesting when I'm looking at the numbers, right? So 11,000 plus real conversations. I've probably had 1 million conversations, but I use that part of the digital platform because in KVGI, which is a company I've owned for a long time, there've been a lot of shows over the years and a lot of communications and conversations that's happened along the way. So I'm using that. 15 years in the industry, it's more like 20, and 1,000 lives changed. If you don't believe that wherever you're sitting right now in your life, that you haven't changed 1,000 lives, you're doing something wrong. Think about the lives you need to change, because at the end of the day, you only have one life to live. So live it well. All right. So livelifepodcast.com. So how do you like my logo, guys? So my logo, the graphics, I brought somebody in to help me narrate the direction that I'm going with. And so this came up, and the graphics and the music and everything behind it all came up at the same time when I was doing the logo. And we're going to go into that in a minute, but I just thought I would show you the website real quick. So, yep, everybody's seen this on my Facebook page. I'm not here to be average. I'm here to be awesome. Damn right. This gives you some information about what I've done, where I've gone, and then you've got some sponsors here and some people that the show's brought to you by. We'll go into that in a little bit too. What I'm working on right now, which is, I don't know if this will be kind of interesting. So I'm supposed to be live on this page. So this might be really weird to you on the other side if it is. And I'm going to hit play, and we're going to see what happens. Nope. So I still got to work on that. So there you go. Do have my schedule out there. These are some of the people that are coming on. This is coming on Monday, by the way. Urshel Lee Metcalf. He's one of my show hosts for several years with KVGI Media and KVGI Radio. I've got Amanda Hall scheduled and Zane Benson scheduled, and you've got some names over here. You see, if you want to be a guest on this show in the future, all you've got to do is you got two choices. You can go to the top of the page up here where it says become a guest, or you can go on this page, which is a schedule. And down here, you want to be a guest, fill out the form, and I'll go out and spy on you, find out if you're worthy or not. And we'll get you to be out there. Let's see what Stuart say, but you really like yourself. That's a good question, Stuart. Do I like myself, or do I love myself, or does it have to be both? Answer that riddle. Okay, so podcast. I am working on that. So this is a podcast. This will go into an audio platform, and I have 37 days to get all the audio done, where this goes up on Apple and Google and Spotify. And there's several others that it's going to go on to. You can also go to guests. And when you go there, you can go to 2020, which is, I'm going to stop on this page. So these are the guests that were on my show last year. Now you're asking your question. Well, if this is a brand new show, how were these guests on your show last year? Well, technically, when I first started the process of this last year, it was due to COVID. And I just created something really fast, and it was called Changing Life. And it was because that's what we were going through. We were having to change a life. And so I brought a bunch of these guys on, 4 or 5 at a time. We did 4 shows, and then I ended up getting some changes on it, and just changing the pattern and changing the algorithm, and really having more conversations on 1 and 2s. So I've had 4 pilots, which were most of these guests. And then I did 4 shows that were on the Live Life platform. But this is the first show that I've done this with all my graphics, my logo, and intro and outro, and all kinds of other bells and whistles that are in the behind the scenes. This is the first show for that. 2021, what I've got listed so far is me and Urshel, because I'm the host and Urshel will be coming on Monday, the 25th. So that's just 3 days away. You can go to my blog. You can go and read all the stories. I've posted a couple of blogs in there since then, just different ones. So it's not always about podcasts. And then you can go to About. And then you can read up some of the history about where I came up with some of the stuff, some little funny tidbits about me. You can also go to the facts section. And you're wondering, what website is that? For some of those that I just saw comment in there, it is livelifepodcast.com. And you can go there and get all my audios and all my videos in the future. Yes, we are broadcasting on Facebook right now. We are broadcasting on YouTube right now. It looks like I'm looking at 6 different channels, 4 Facebook pages and 2 YouTube channels. My personal YouTube channel and KVGI YouTube channel. I am working on Live Life YouTube channel. It's out there. So honestly, I'm not sure why I didn't select it. So that means I made a mistake. Or there was an error out there that was the reason why it didn't show up on the live page. See, when you talk to yourself and you start to try to resolve some things, you start to realize that, you know what? Now I know why I'm not live out there. So I think it's because I do not have it even plugged into my back office. So there you go. So maybe what I really need to do next time is do my due diligence and research and investigate, make sure, troubleshoot that everything works. So yeah, so there you go. So that's my website. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And when I created this logo on this website, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen there for a second because I'm going to bring up something. Now this is going to come right here up on my face, but I wanted to talk about that logo. So what does that mean? So we all know what the heart means, the love. What I realized that life is like a tree. Not that we're, stale and dormant and don't move around, but we grow. So we start out from being the roots to the top of the leaf, and the leaf is our directions. It's how we flourish in life. It's where we're appointed to. It's how we get married. It's how we get to the next destination, how we, and you're right, Stuart, get plugged in. Absolutely. I should do that. I should just get plugged in. So anyways, this logo came up. I really wasn't going to say that I was going to pick green. But green was something that just kind of entertaining to me. It was, green is a positive. It means go. It means move forward. It means a lot of things for different people, but green's not my favorite color. But in this sense, it made sense to kill that color. So that is my brand, and this is the actual logo. And some people said, "Hey, I love life." Hey, if that's what you think it means, that's great. But that's an I live life. So yeah. So for some of those of you that just come on, you did not get to see the intro. You did not get to see the timer. You're gonna have to go back on that. But while we're here, for some of those, I just got somebody on YouTube that asked me, "Did you have an intro and everything?" So yes, I did. So I'll tell you what. So we're gonna go back on that. Let me go to that thing and hold on 1 second. I'll be back in 30 seconds. So there you go. Hey, thanks for asking about that. I really do appreciate that. So I see I've got quite a bit of people watching me and taking some time off their day to watch me, whether you're at work or whether you're at home at work. This life has been a whirlwind for the last 12 months, right? And so I appreciate everybody that's been connected with me in my life. And, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start this whole chapter was I think living life is an easy thing to do. But living it how you want to do is the hardest thing to do. And you have the choice, you have the control, you can make the destination. This is an interesting topic that I just spoke to the other day. And I want you to listen to what I'm going to say here, because some people may think, and I've said this to some people, that's like, it doesn't kind of make sense, but it does. In reality is we're living today. You can't change your past, which means I can't change yesterday. I can't change anything that happened. And in fact, when you think about the future, I can't change the future either. I can't change tomorrow. I can't change Monday. I can't change next week. What I can change is right now. And what I change right now affects what I change tomorrow. And it checks my destination next week. And sometimes it's hard to put that in words because we just live life and we just go about our day, and we take for granted sometimes on the things that we can accomplish and the things that we could do and our goals and get there. But it is impossible to remember and think about everything. So hopefully this show will be able to bring some things to light when I share people's insights in their lives and what's going on. The whole idea of this whole show and this podcast is about sharing positive influences and life influences. People that have inspired, people that have created things and made a better life for them and their family and their destination. Now, my wife and I live a very simple life, and we moved to Michigan last year. Well, technically we moved in November of 2019, but due to COVID, I ended up moving here last year. And it's been different because I like Michigan. I've been coming up here for years for an organization called Project Reload. And if you know me personally, you'll know why I got involved and why I do what I do. At least most of you. Hey, Zane, I see that. What's up, bro? And appreciate you coming on watching for a few minutes. And but Michigan is totally different. You can't see out my window out there right now, but I promise you there's probably about 15 to 18 inches of snow. In some areas, it's probably 3 feet. It's been snowing for quite a while, for days, and we just got plummeted with 10 inches of snow over the last 24 hours. And it's cold as you know what out there. But it's warm in here. I mean, it's nice and sunny inside this room. And but it's we don't try to keep the temperature too warm. I'm not gonna sweat in here. But yeah, hey, I see you guys commenting out there. Appreciate you guys coming on there. What was I showing earlier? Okay, so I was showing the website earlier, so you can go to Live Life Podcast. Let me put that back on the screen for you guys. So I appreciate the comments coming from YouTube. So livelifepodcast.com. And this is my show. I am your host. And today I decided not to do it with a guest, just for you guys to hang out. We're only going to be here for just a little bit longer, a few more minutes. But I'll tell you what, some of the cool things are going to be about this show that you're going to see. And the series right now is going to be brought to you by a very good friend of mine. And I'm going to kind of highlight his product for a minute, because I've decided that, this show could be a combination of a bunch of different things, right? So I could do some product highlights. I can share products. I can share people's resources. I can share their websites. I could talk about, that's what we're going to do anyways. We're going to talk about what circles around us. So it's not like 100% of, what our life is, but it's 100% about what your life is, you as a person. And I will tell you, a very good friend of mine, I'll give you a little bit of backstory. So this gentleman comes in, God, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago. And he comes in to want to do a show for his company, and did maybe 3 or 4 shows with his partner and everything. And it was a good show. And then all of a sudden they realized they needed another guest. So he brought in his brother. And I met this guy come in there, and there was something that was intriguing about him, something that was just different. And we ended up hitting it off, and got connected and started talking. And he came in and became the third part of the guest of that show for quite a while. Then I found out he was an actor in TV, did some commercials during the day, and had a great voice, did a lot of voiceover work. And I was like, hey, I want to hire you to do my voiceover. So I did. I hired him to do some work for KBGI Radio, and at the time for several years. And then along the way, he was in a relationship, need to get out the relationship, need to find out what his next destination was. And this is a guy that is like a lot of people, went through some issues personally, and found some part of his life that he was not happy with, and he realized he's the only one that can change the direction. He also realized that there's got to be much more than being sad, much more than being depressed and not getting what you want. So, man, he went to town and he went to work. And over the years, he ended up creating CD Beard. Good friend of mine, Clay Pascal. And so I'm going to actually bring on his website because I thought it would be kind of cool. If I'm going to talk about his products, I should bring his website on as well. It's cdbeardco.com. And you can go there. You can click on shop and you can go and see his products out there. There's his newest logo. I'm about logos that we're all doing. And he's got a slew of products out there, from beard products to washes to balms to anything takes care of your beard, mustache. And it's not just for men. This is for women too. Women can use these things. And I love his products. True story. I'm 54 years old. I'm getting close to 55. When I hit 52 years old, so I'm 54, so that's 2 years ago. So almost 3 years ago, in May of 2019, is that right? Yeah. May of 2019, I was on a trip for Project Relo on a national military base for the National Guard. And I decided to not shave. My issue was, and always has been, I cannot get past a week. I get the itchies. I get pimples like crazy. I get scabs. I get all kinds of things. My skin just breaks out like crazy. And I just couldn't do it. Well, I got home from the mission and I was probably post 8-9 days and I was getting ready to shave. And my buddy of mine, Clay, said, I've got my product. Why aren't you using my products? And I said, well, I really have no answer for that. So, okay, I guess I'll try it. So he brought me on one of my favorite. Now I've used his oils before. But I haven't used it like you're supposed to use it. And so I got his product. I used it. Absolutely loved it. And I'm still growing the beard today. Now, I'm not going to grow a long beard. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. I like the short beard. So I'm going to keep it that way. And sometimes I let it grow a little bit longer and sometimes I get a little shorter. This is his newest product. Line of not the product itself, but just the logo and the look and feel. This is a brand new bottle. In fact, I probably maybe I shouldn't say this on there. I think I'm the first one to actually get this new bottle and this new wash. He just changed this, and before you put it on the website, which I don't think is out there yet. I think it's this week, or I guess it's next week. So anyways, he just sent me the other day. So black tie wash is my favorite. Now you can use this on your hair. You can use this on your body. You can use this for your face, but this is the new and improved. And he's getting all of his ingredients and stuff all down and dialed in and implemented. And I don't know if he's got to get new patents and trademarks on stuff. I have no idea, but I do know that this is a really awesome product. My wife and a lot of female love his other wash, which is Aloha. And I'm going to tell you guys, I use this on my hair. It's all natural. Everything is natural. He makes it himself. He does meticulously researches the ingredients and puts the stuff in there together and just does everything that you can do. And there he goes. Zane Benson says he's the best in the biz. I've not tried all the products out there. I've only tried this product. And I love this product. And I don't see myself going away from anything else from CD Beard Company. So if you want to do yourself a good service to your beard, to yourself, to your personal, to your family, you should go to cdbeardco.com. So that's what the show is going to be brought to you by. And I thought I would just give him a few minutes. He's done a lot of things for me over the years. So the least I can do is to give him a little kudos. And before I even think about some things I didn't say earlier, today makes episode 5 for Live Life broadcasts. But if you didn't catch on earlier, this is my first one with my logo and my branding and the music and the intro. And when I leave here, you're going to see a really cool outro. I really appreciate you guys coming on and just taking a few minutes. I really just kind of wanted to talk to you, talk about things that are going on. Life has been very, very hard and very difficult for a lot of people. And I'm seeing some of the people that are coming on, and I'm reading some of their comments, and some of them are coming to me private. And listen, you're in my life and I appreciate it. I have a lot of honor and a lot of respect for you guys. And I know I'm not there where you live anymore, because a lot of my colleagues and stuff are still in Frisco and Dallas, Plano, Texas area. And I'm up in upper north. I'm in the LP, just below the UP. It's kind of funny when you say that, right? But I'm in Gaylord, Michigan, and I will be coming back to Texas sometime in the future. We have a whole lot of things that's got to change in our livelihood. And Zane, you said I have. What does that mean? You have used his products. You have what? Because I don't remember. I didn't see the comment coming in, so apologize for that. Hey, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, anything you want to ask me, we've got a few more minutes before I sign off here, but now's the time to ask any questions. If you have anything you want to know about the website, about the podcast, if you want to be a guest on the show, man, go to my website and fill out the form. It's very, very easy. I've made it very simple for you to go to livelifepodcast.com, and you can go there. It's so simple. Let me get rid of the logo on the brand. You just go right up here to where it says submit a guest. Even if you are the guest, you can still submit the guest. And it's a small form. Just fill out the information and then send it to me. And then I'll give a research a little bit on you, and I'll call you back and see if we can get you on there. I do have some guests coming on for some of those that didn't get to see the first part of it. So there are some guests that are coming on in the next Monday. And then if you'll go through, you'll see the schedule. So you can go up here to the live and then schedule. And you'll see I've got 3 signed up already. So I've got Ursula Lee Metcalf, I've got Amanda Hall, and then Zane Benton. Okay, so I didn't say that right, Zane. I'm sorry. They've called him all kinds of names. Zane the Drain, Zane Bane. I don't even remember all of theirs, but he loves Zane. Did I say that right? Probably not. So when you come on, you get to use that true voice of yours. Zane. He's probably laughing at me right now. All right. So guys, what else? I see a couple more comments coming in. Let's go to those and see. What did he say? Used all the products. Okay, gotcha. I get it now. You use all the CD Beard Company's products. Yep, I appreciate that. Yeah, and he appreciates that too. You are Upper US. You got that right. Yes. Okay, so I got that right. Good. What's this? Just don't call me late for dinner. And what if we do? What happens? Do we go away? Do we explode? Do you get mad? Do you turn into a lion? Or do you turn into this little old furry old Dotson over here that we can squeeze up like a little puppet? So there you go. All right. So this is getting wacky and weird. Hey guys, I really appreciate you guys spending a few moments of your day with me. I need you guys to do all you can. If you go to livelifepodcast.com, you can go to the page right up here. You can click on my YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be live mostly on YouTube. So need you guys to go out to, you can go to youtube.livelifepodcast.com, or you can go right up here to the top of the site and click on it, but go there, subscribe to it, start following it. Also, you can go up to the top of my page here and subscribe to my newsletter. I promise I will not share it with third parties, and I promise I will not inundate you with mass amount of emails. That is not my goal. That is not the purpose of this this journey. This journey is to share life and resources of people that have done great things in life, and to share along the way good things that's happened to us. You know, there's a lot of negative happens in the world, and I choose not to be a part of the drama. I choose to be a part of the positive, be a part of the change. A lot of my colleagues and friends that I talk to all the time, what's interesting is we talk about how bad the past was. Let's stop talking about the past. Let's talk about the future. I'm 55 years old. So I look at it as I got 45 more years because I want to live to 3 digits. And if I don't, I don't. But I'd love to get to the 3 digits. In fact, I always tell my wife I'm immortal. I'm probably never going to die. And I don't know if I'm okay with that. There was a point in time in my life that I think I was okay with that, but I don't think I'd want to miss everybody. But so I hope that if you're new here and you're following me, that you'll stay here and you'll stay a part of this group. And feel free to continue to comment after this show is over with. This will turn into a podcast. It will not explode in 5 seconds. But this is one of those possible missions, not the impossible mission. And hey, toy cars on the nightstand. Maybe you should go fill out this form up here where it's submit a guest. Maybe you should do that. I would love to have you on the show. I know who you are, and I know what you do. And in fact, a little innuendo to you. Do you use dry ice to ship your products? Because I'm kind of hurting up here. Haha. Pun intended, by the way. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, that is Brandon Navarro from Hertz Donuts in Frisco, Texas. And you should go there and get hurt. In a good way, actually. It's a good thing, right? But all right, guys. Well, I am going to sign off. This was a quick impromptu. I thought I would just get myself out here and get to know you guys, show you my website, show you the product, what we're doing, and just kind of highlight it and just talk about good things. Life is going to continue to be very hard. You guys need to take one day at a time. And like the screen just said, embrace the journey. You have one life to live. That's it. I choose not to be part of the drama and the negativity because that doesn't change anything. You can talk into your blue in the face. You can talk to all the politic changes that you want to make. And unless you're physically in that field, your voice is most likely not going to be heard. So turn your direction from an anger to a positive by being a part of the change, being a part of somebody's good life. Make your life better, because when you're better, the people around you are better. I know this personally, because if I'm disappointed, depressed, or upset, then I start to turn everybody else the same way. And that's not what this life is about. This life is about positive change. It's about breathing. It's about enjoying. It's about sharing. That's what we should be doing. Passion. We should have a passion about life. We should have passion about the other person that's next to us and the people that we share our time with. I am your host, Mark Warner. I really appreciate you guys coming on and spending just a few moments with me and sharing my world. But this makes episode 5 of Live Life Podcasts. Guys, I'm out of here. But don't forget to tune in on Monday, the 25th. That's just 3 days away, with me and Ursula Lee Metcalf. It'll be an awesome interview like no other. I'm going to put him on the spot. I'm going to wrench him out, and I'm going to pull out some dirt. You need to tune in, find out what that dirt is. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend, guys. Make sure you live, love, life. Follow me. Get out there and make it a great weekend. Talk to you soon.